right. Hello, everyone. I'm Keshia and
I'm Elissa.
And we are here today because we just wanted to come bring a message of hope, hoping that it will help strengthen some friends as they go through this holiday season. I don't know about you, Elissa, but it's snowing where I'm at.
Here in Houston, we have a beautiful 60 degrees outside, gorgeous sun. It's lovely.
Oh, I love it.
Frosty this morning, though. We had it at 32 this morning, but it is warmed up.
Well, I would trade that because we are outside and it's snowing, and I'm like, oh my goodness, everybody wants to go play, even the dog. So, are you excited about the holidays?
I am very excited. It's nice to be where all of our family is. So,
yep.
It's a good place to be.
I have to ask, this is the big thing I'm seeing on Facebook. Do you have your Christmas tree up?
No, no way.
Yes. I do not have my Christmas tree up. I am a stickler. I want Thanksgiving first. I want to enjoy some turkey and some dressing, and so
absolutely. We still have fall. I don't know if you can tell, we have like fall decor up. My husband and I, we celebrate Thanksgiving on Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday is Christmas decorating. So next Saturday, after 2 days after Thanksgiving, we are fully decked, but not till then.
Christmas, not till then. I am more of like the week before Christmas. Let me put up a Christmas tree. I'm so bad. I'm gonna do better this year.
See, if I'm gonna put that much effort into decorating, then I want it to last for more than
right. Well, everybody's excited about the holidays. I'm excited. I'm excited to cook. I'm excited to eat and watch football. What's your favorite part about the holidays?
The food. I'm a huge foodie. All about the food.
That's me too, girl. Give me the food. Give me the food. All about So I know a lot of people go into the holidays and they're excited, but there is a population of people who go into the holidays with a little hesitation. And today, that's really who we come to talk to, those people who are entering the holidays with some grief, some heartache, some pain, and they're just not excited as we are. And specifically, those who have lost loved ones, more specifically babies. What do you think about that, Elissa? Those coming into the holidays with grief on their heart?
I think it's sometimes very difficult to see joy, which is something that's always talked about in the holidays, is joy this, joy that. It's printed in big letters everywhere. And it's sometimes hard to be joyful when you're in deep with grief. You know, it's hard to see out from under that grief. And unfortunately, you have to go through grief. You can't cut it short. You can't rush through it. It's a process, and everyone's different. And you just kind of, I think the best advice I would give to some of these families that might be going through this is don't feel like you have to change to fit everyone else. Your grief is yours, and it's a process, and don't rush it, and don't feel like it's getting in anyone else's way.
I can relate to exactly what you're saying. I remember when we lost Titus, it was in September, and then right around was November, Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. And here I am, I'm in the midst of, I deactivated my Facebook account. I was not answering emails. I was not doing phone calls still at this point. And here is this holiday that I'm supposed to, again, enjoy and be thankful for. And I went into I didn't really know what I was walking into. I was just kind of walking. Yeah, I was kind of numb. And I was just so thankful we had a smaller gathering. It wasn't a lot of people who came to our house. But I did cook because I wanted something that reminded me of happy times. So I did cook. But I didn't want a lot of people. I just wanted people who kind of understood where I was coming from. They would make me laugh, make me smile. If I wanted to say something about Titus, they wasn't uncomfortable or anything. It was more of, okay, Keshia, we go follow your lead.
Yeah, it's a safe space.
Yeah, it was a safe space for me. So I really appreciated that. And so it was really on my heart, walking into this season. I know a lot of families, especially after we did the October month, there are a lot of families who are recently walking through losing a child, losing a loved one, period. And here we have the holidays. And so we just want to give some practical advice on how do you get through this time when everybody's so happy and you're not.
Yeah. And not everyone's happy, unfortunately. I mean, the holidays bring out stress in everyone. I mean, we have this Pinterest perfect expectation of everything we do. And of course, we've put all this expectation entirely on ourselves. No one else has put it on us. I don't think our kids care at all.
Don't. They just want to eat and have fun.
Yeah, they want their candy cane and they'll be happy.
Right.
So we put all this pressure on us. And then after going through these traumatic experiences, and we expect our lives to be exactly the same and to still live up to those same unheard of expectations, it becomes just very hard. And so I think some people almost dread the holidays because of the stress.
Yeah.
And which is unfortunate, because I think that means we've lost focus of the real point of the holidays, being thankful and seeing the Christ in Christmas, which I think is very important. And I think if you keep focused on the intention of the holidays, that helps to keep your heart in the right place and to not overstress before you even begin.
You said something that I really like. That is tip number one for anybody going through it, is keep your focus on the real reason of the holidays, because we have this in our mind that we got to dress up and be perfect. But really, Thanksgiving, keep your heart on what can I find to be thankful for? Even if I'm at home with nobody around, like, let me focus my heart on being thankful. And I think that'll help people get through it instead of what they're missing out on, so to speak.
Yes, absolutely. I am totally, that's it. I think it's staying focused on the real point of the holiday. In Thessalonians, it says that we need to be joyful and be thankful in all circumstances.
Yeah.
All circumstances. Now, it doesn't say be thankful for all circumstances. It says be thankful in all circumstances, which means there's always something to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Always.
So when you think about being in that position where you've gone through loss, how do you find something to be thankful for? How do you how did you, let's talk personally. Maybe yours wasn't during the holidays, but how did you focus your heart on being thankful rather than sulking and sitting in grief?
For me, and much like you, being away from family and not having the immediate resource of that type of support, having friends who came alongside me and put up with me, in all of my weird depression that I was going through, and stuck by me and dragged me out to things and were there for me. All of a sudden I realized I had a support group. I had a support, and that was something I could be immensely thankful for, was people who put aside their needs to take care of me, which was huge.
Yeah.
Still immensely thankful for their sacrifice of love for me and my family.
So that's another point. So we talked about, one, just focusing your heart on the reason, finding ways to be thankful. And if you can't find them inside of yourself, maybe looking outside, the people who have supported you, the people who have given you a word of encouragement. And then outside of that, like, Lord, I'm thankful that, that I'm still here. Because I don't know about your situation. The doctor told me that I could have been gone as well. And so just being thankful, okay, I'm still living. Okay, now let's expand that. Thankful for being in this country or whatever. I still have a job or whatever it may be, stretching ourselves to think about things to be thankful for. And then two, having a support system. It's funny you say that because that's one thing that I think is really, really important. But the weird thing about it is your support system may not look like what you think it should look like. So, for me, I was away from home. My support system was not necessarily my family. It was people who came into my life and just offered love. And it was not necessarily people that, some of them were people that I've had along the way, but it was not always people that I initially expected to be my support system. And so that's something too. It's like your support system might not be your best friend. It might not, your best friend may not be that support system as you go through grief through these holidays.
Yeah, your support comes in weird ways. It always surprises me when things happen that who comes out of the woodwork, or the people who understand. And so they may not be your best friend, but they understand. And so sometimes having value and just being with people who aren't trying to fix it. They just are there beside you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think having those people who aren't trying to fix you, aren't trying to change you, aren't trying to make you do certain things that allow you to be you going through this process, those are the people you want to surround yourself with in the holidays.
Yeah. So we have being thankful, getting a good support system around. What else would you say would be a good tip for someone as they are going through the holidays?
I'd say one of the biggest things is being open and honest with yourself and with those around you. So many times we get invited to, I mean, every organization has a Christmas party, right? Like your Sunday school class has a Christmas party, your volunteer group has a Christmas party, your kids' classes have Christmas. Everybody has their annual holiday party.
Right.
And when you're going through grief, one day may be great and the next day may be terrible. And so I think sometimes being open with the hosts and saying, look, I don't know if we're going to come. If we do, we may not stay very long. This has just been a really difficult year. And I just need you to understand that and not to judge me.
Yeah.
And when you open up about this, they're going to not judge you and you're not going to feel like you've disappointed them. It nulls all those worries that people have. You know, they're like, I have to go because I'm part of this organization. They expect me to be there. You know, especially if like your husband has like an office party. It's like, I'm supposed to be there. You know, like it's a good showing for my husband's office. It's like obligation, you know?
Right.
And sometimes those are the worst things to be at when you're going through, because no one there is connecting beyond the surface level. You know, you don't talk anything else below the weather.
Right.
And it's not fun to be around. And so sometimes just being open and honest and telling your boss, like, look, our family's gone through loss this year and we're just really struggling. We might show up, we might not, but it has nothing to do with the business. It has to do with us taking care of ourselves. And it's amazing that when you open up and you become just that little bit more vulnerable, the connections that you develop become stronger and you don't feel like you're burdening anyone and they don't judge you at all for what you do. And so I think being open and honest with yourself and with those you're around.
You said something about self-care when you were talking, and I think that's really important too, because as we're going through grief, it's easy to just sit there and forget that, hey, I've got to take care of me. So some good things for being so open and honest is, I love it. Even with family, like, and then another thing is, you know, if you know you're going to be around, there's a lot of babies that are going to be at the function, and you know that that is a trigger point to take you back in a negative position, dismiss yourself from that and not feel bad. Like, okay, it is what it is. If they don't understand, then that's their fault. But you got to take care of you, your self-care. So being okay to say, I'm not ready for that right now. Not that I don't love you. I'm not ready for that. And then
hopefully if they care about you, they will understand.
Exactly. And that's what you will hope. But even if they don't, it's, you know, you've got to journey through this yourself. So, and the self-care part, you know, making sure that you are eating and you are exercising and you are just moving your body and laughing. Look, I love to laugh. So on Friday nights, it's like my comedy night. I would go on Facebook and I scroll for the comedians, the Facebook comedians, and I just sit and I laugh because the Bible does say laughter does good like a medicine. And so if you find yourself in that pit, put on some comedy. And so that, to me, that's a part of self-care as well. So
absolutely.
So we have those things that a person can do. Anything else you want to say to someone who might be going through this season?
Okay, so the last thing I want to say is take time to celebrate the loss.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's just a Christmas ornament that you've bought or you've made that you can add to the tree, or if it's maybe a new tradition to add to your family's organization. I feel like I've lost Keshia. Must be a baby issue. But the point is that I think it's very important that you take time to create a new tradition for your family. This one I threw together myself. There's something I made at home. But I think it's important that you don't forget. It's not about forgetting the loss and forgetting what's happening. It's about taking time to remember it and creating new traditions.
Yeah, absolutely. I know for us, we've talked a lot about Thanksgiving, but for Christmas as well, we still made a stocking for Titus. Even still now, every year he has his own stocking. And just doing those types of things, like you said, that you don't have to forget about your child or forget about your loss. You just find ways to honor.
Yes, honor. Yes, exactly.
Yes. So I know we'll get a list together and we'll post it on our website, post it on Facebook, just practical tips to help you get through the holidays if you're going through a loss or you're just stuck in grief. And I just want to encourage your heart that you can make it. Here we both are, and we have journeyed through and we made it. And so God is good, God is faithful. And I know right now sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but he will bring you through this as well. So surround yourself. One last thing. It's okay, right, to not want to be around people. But when do you think we need to be cautious that we are slipping further into depression?
That is hard. I know I'm a loner. I like being by myself. But during my recovery, I purposefully scheduled play dates as often as I could with as
Mm-hmm.
many people as I could, because I knew if I spent too much time alone is when I would not be going in the right direction with my grief. And I think this is where you just have to know yourself that some alone time is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But you're not going to be alone for the rest of your life. You're not going to live in a cave. You're going to have to come out into society at some point. And the holidays are a great time to get out because everyone else is out. And so it becomes easy to be social during the holidays because there's so many opportunities. Even if you don't go to a private party, but there's so many public things going on that are free for your family to get involved in, that
Mm-hmm.
just gets you out of your house. It forces you to put on clothes and brush your hair. And sometimes that's what we need.
Yeah.
I know I don't brush my hair if I don't leave the house.
Yep.
So I think it's important to put ourselves in those situations that just force us to just, take care of ourselves, even if it's just, just a little bit.
And that's another way of self-care, though, don't you think? Is taking
Absolutely.
care of yourself. And I think those are safe places. We were talking earlier about a safe place. Getting out in a crowd that doesn't really know your situation. So they're not coming with this
Awkward.
Yeah, they're not awkward. They just like, hi, how you doing? And so putting yourself in those kind of larger settings where people are social, and you don't feel like you have to explain over and over and over again, you can just be and you can smile and nobody's questioning you. So I completely agree. That is a great time to just put yourself in the situation because you won't be alone forever, and you do want to make sure that you are not allowing yourself to slip further and further into depression. And this is the thing. If you need personal help or professional help, there's nothing wrong with that. Go talk to someone, whether it's via online, some online resources we'll be collecting. But if it's online, if it's on the phone, if it's through us, we don't mind messaging or talking, or even if it's a friend or whoever, it's okay to talk to someone and get some help and let them know what's going through your mind.
Absolutely. I think that's something that I have really taken to heart. Whenever I talk to anybody about my story, I'm very open in saying I took 5 months of counseling.
Yeah.
and I needed it, and I am not ashamed of it. I am better for it. And I think that at some point in everyone's life, they're going to need to seek counseling and to not be ashamed of it, because it's personal health is what it is.
Self-care.
So, absolutely.
So thank you, Elissa, for joining me. I hope this has blessed someone. And if you know someone who is going through a tough time with the loss of a loved one, hey, this is an easy, practical way you can show them love. Just send them the video. Let them know that they're not by themselves. They're not crazy. And if you know someone, just be there for the person who's lost a loved one, or just be there for the person who's lost a baby. Don't be afraid to mention the baby's name. If they're not coming to your function, send them a card in the mail. Just let them know your presence is valued. We value you. We miss you. We love you. So love on them in the practical ways. And so I hope everyone has a great holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And like I said, we'll be putting together a list and putting it on our Facebook page and our website. So anything else?
Look forward to some more of these videos in the next year as we start handling some of those hard topics.
Yep, they will be coming.
I'm really looking forward to the continuation of these talks.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you guys, and y'all have a great one.